So, grand morning, wow. Grand rising. Did I put my dog away? I did put him away. I learned my lesson not to leave Mocha outside of his cage because the motherfucker will tear up the blinds of the house and then whatever. Anyways, my dog is inside his cage. So I am on my way to Miami to say hello to my neighbor. I am on my way to Miami to pick up my children. I'm going to be, sorry guys. Let me just say, the reason for these videos from now on, you will see me in a car most of the time because I officially moved away from Miami and I am still working in Miami. So my commute is 2 hours to work. Okay, an hour and 45 minutes to work. Back home. I love my job. I work at Earthbound Trading Company, by the way. I love my job because it gives me the opportunity to meet people, right? With that being said, I know that there's a lot more opportunities to meet people, right? So I need to, even though I moved onto a farm to isolate myself, I still got to be of service somehow, right? So the best way that I could be of service to others is by showcasing my life or by keeping these video diaries, as one of my co-workers that's become a very good friend of mine, Jenny and also Tati, have said to keep video journal, just simply because my commute is so long and I have expressed to them that this commute really keeps me in my head, and at times that is a bad thing. So I needed something to get out of my head, so they advised a video diaries, because I tend to, oh look, dragonflies, spiritual meaning, dragonflies, totally Google that, guys, because there is a meaning there. So pretty much the purpose of these videos is to leave them for myself, I guess, leave them for myself in the next life or something, or for anyone that is also struggling with the same a type of options or decisions in their life, right? You'll hear me clear my throat often because it's basically the chakra that I'm currently working on, like at this current moment, like as I'm speaking to you. It's expression. I am, my name is Yari, and I will be saying that in every single video just because there's probably going to be different people watching this all the time, but eventually I will stop saying my name. I feel comfortable being a channel for spirit, for the universe, for the power that allows us to be a better person. So I have allowed the universe to use me as a channel, or as I like to say, a PCV pipe, which is someone whatever, the different one of everything. Friends, oh look, some vultures eating. Enjoy your meal, guys. But anyways, like I've always had like either a hard time making friends when I was younger, or people would just not like me just because I showed up in the room or something, and I would feel that, and that would prevent me from doing things that I wanted to do because I was afraid of people's judgment. And even that, and even now, I can say that I'm still a little bit on the people are gonna think I'm crazy type of thing. Reason why I don't really continue with my videos, because there's always something outside of me that either says something, does something, comments on something, and then I completely am like, they're right. I don't need social media to express myself. I don't need this. I don't, and I fucking do. I do. Because on social media, it feels like if I talk and if I express how I feel, there's a lot more people out there that feel exactly the same way that I feel. And in my tiny little circle of the world and of people that I've isolated myself with, they don't seem to understand that. But it's okay, because I am a life path number 1. And life paths number 1s tend to be the catalyst to change, the start and the end. So it's like the building of something, and then also the destruction of something. It's like life path number 1s. In order to find out what your life path number is, you have to add your date of birth and Google, stuff like that. But I really think I'm gonna have to speak louder when I'm on the road, or have a microphone when I'm on the road, because I know that you guys are gonna pick up on the terrain. I'm also gonna be watching my language, unless it's to emphasize something. And if it's to emphasize something, then I will be using profanity. And if profanity bothers you, then maybe you shouldn't watch some of my videos. And then again, that is just to emphasize the statement, or to emphasize the emotion. Is not to be cursing at anybody or to be criticizing anybody, because I've had enough of that done to myself, from myself and from others. There's better ways of expressing yourself than using profanity, because people misconstrued what you're saying. So watch what you say, because once those words come out of your mouth and the other person hears it, it is very hard to take back what you said. And if the other person on the receiving end, if something that you said triggers a childhood trauma or an adult trauma or whatever trauma, period, that other person is going to have a different reaction or response to you, whether it be in that particular moment or whether it builds up forever. Because it's a consistent reminder of like a childhood trauma, right? Examples, because I'm full of examples, and I love to share the word with examples. And I should say, because I just heard life examples, meaning my life examples. And that is the only way that I'm able. Oh man, I didn't realize that my earrings match my shirt. That's the way that I teach people, right? I teach people by life lessons or life experience, right? Which is kind of ironic, because I am a mother. I am a mother too. I'm a mom also, and that's basically what moms do, is teach children, or try to teach our children by our life experiences. And the crazy thing about it is that if there's a mother, right? If you're let me start. Jumping around is another thing that I do, so I apologize for that. But I shouldn't be apologizing for that because that's how life is, right? We jump around from year to year to year, trying to find stability or whatever. But the messages come through so much with me like this. And this is why I was advised to do these. Because there's messages in there for myself as well. And it turns out that usually when I post stuff like this, I go back and I watch them and I'm like, man, I really need to hear that from myself. So, the mom thing, guiding, teaching people. Okay, imagine this. You're a kid and you have trauma in your life. Whether it's from your parents, bullying from school, bullying from your parents, bullying from whatever, just family, friends, the world doesn't understand you, and you as a child do not have the freedom of expression to express how you really feel because of your upbringing, meaning your parents and your parents' parents. So you either, whatever, you have some type of trauma when you're younger, right? And then you go to school, and you get your degrees, and you want to become a teacher. You want to become a teacher because sometime in your lifetime, when you were growing up, going to school, there was a teacher that actually caught your attention and changed your life by wanting you to absorb knowledge and then share it with people because you were so excited to do it, right? So years go by, you go into school, you're in school. Let's say, like, throughout school, you still get bullied, you still get, the teachers don't believe that the teachers don't see your potential, or they see your potential and they test you more without telling you that they test you. And then when something is wrong, and you do something wrong, they want to talk to you, and they're like, oh, why are your grades going down? It's like, oh, wow, you're noticing now? Oh, okay. And then, it's like they talk to you and they're like, I give you tests because I see potential in you, or I give you the hard tasks because I know you can do it and I believe in you, or something like that, right? And then they give you that, like, oh, well, it's hard because I'm stronger. So then it creates this pattern, this thinking pattern that, oh, when people give me a hard time, that means that they're testing me. Or when people give me a hard time, that means, whatever. Like, your processes start. So your mental starts replaying stuff, and then you start making stuff into seeming things, right? Whatever. This is how your mind works, right? So anyway, so you finish school, you're a teacher. Fast forward, you're an adult, you're at your job. And even at your job, you have other teachers that are there. Maybe some of them went to school with you. Guess what? The bullying is there still. What do you think happens to that teacher when they teach? Do you think they're going to teach what they learned for their highest, or do you think they're going to teach with some trauma in there? That's how we program, or we teach our children, we teach society, right? Is what we process, what we share, how we teach others. So the whole analogy of a teacher having trauma and then teaching others based on trauma was an analogy that I wanted to share about moms. Moms are our first influence. sacral space. It's also that it stores our emotions. So, a lot of people that don't have emotional clearance or understanding or balance are usually have a lot of problems with that area down there, men and women. You know, either hyperactive sexual activity, low, you know, hypo and hypo. So everything is an extreme, right? Everything has a polarity, right? So the extreme of the negative and the extreme of the positive. Okay, so, or of the opposite of the negative, because like Spirit was like, oh, like, so like procreating is negative. It's not. Having a lot of sex is not that it's negative to procreate. It's just why you're doing it, who you're doing it with, what the intention behind it is, etc., etc., etc. That's what I meant to say, just in case. But going back to the lesson, right, is if our mothers were brought up in an environment that was not healthy for their mental state and their emotional state, then that mom, when she becomes a mother, also has trauma already instilled in her. That is up to her to not repeat onto her children, or to at least, hopefully by then, before she becomes a mom, she realizes, is that the word, realizes? Yes, she realizes or becomes online, is another thing that I heard, online conscious of the traumas, and she begins to do the work before she has children. It's called like the breaking the cycles thing. When I do these things, I need some tea, I need some water, I need some coffee, I need something. Another thing too, which Spirit has already slipped in a few times, and I'm working on it, is the 420. I tend to self-medicate. Well, I have a medicinal card, but I tend to over-medicate, over-self-medicate when I am too much in my head. And that is not something that I should be doing. What I should be doing is these videos and getting out of my head. Because staying in your head just makes things worse. You make yourself physically sick, because most of the things that you're thinking are not right. You're just assuming based on previous traumas. And sometimes we need a therapist to tell you that, or we need somebody that's already healed from something to show us the way. So I'm being shown the way. So thank you very much again for being the channel for Spirit, Tati, and Jenny. I gotta slow down. My speed limit is 40 right now. I'm gonna stop by a store really quick, and I'm gonna get something to drink because I'm parched. Anyways, I wish I could play music while I am talking about these things, because sometimes the music helps me to stay in channel mode, right? But anyways, so again, if our mothers have trauma, they're going to raise us with trauma unless they heal from their trauma before world. And then they also analyze who our fathers are going to be, what type of trauma they're going to give them, what type of trauma they had, because it takes two. It takes two, mother and father. So, scenario, let's say a mom has trauma, you know, an abusive mother, an alcoholic father, or an absent father. The mom might be promiscuous and just keeps, you know, jumping from partner to partner because she doesn't know herself or understand herself and what she wants. And then you have a father that is either absent or is present but is always working to pay the bills, financial stability for the mom or whatnot. Maybe buys her stuff when he cheats on her or something like that, you know. And the reason why I say that is because my dad, when he was alive, he used to cheat on my mom, and there was no justification for him, but he felt like, oh, well, I give you money to travel and to buy all the fancy purses and shoes that you like, and to get your nails done and your hair, so I could do whatever, you know. And then I saw that and I was like, damn, that sucks, you know. And then I think my father would feel guilty for doing that, you know, to his wife, because his children would see it. So then he would buy us stuff, you know, because we would feel sad, or we would be sad, or whatever, you know. And I think the reason why I say that is because recently I got into a little quarrel, fight, argument, with my boyfriend, aka also known as my fiance. And I ended up getting new shoes, and I like to buy matching stuff for me and my boyfriend. So I tend to, like, if there's a shirt that I really like and it's something that he can wear and I would like to see it on him, regardless of what he says, I buy it in his size, and then I bring it home and I'm like, surprise, you can be matching with me. So far I have not bought anything that he has said I'm not wearing that, so grateful for that part. But I tend to buy us matching stuff, right? So sometime last week, at the mall, because I work there, I make friends there. I make friends with everybody. And they told me that they were having a sale on some shoes that were all-terrain, and since we live on the farm, I was like, ooh, we need those, blah, blah, blah. So then she's like, oh, they're red. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome, that's so cute, because his last name is Rojas, and, you know, soon it'll be Miss Rojas too, and then whatever. So then I was like, fuck it, let me get, there it goes, emphasizing, fuck it, exclamation mark, hello. I'm gonna get them. Okay, cool. Oh, but we don't have your size and we don't have his size either. Oh, even better. Okay, great. I won't buy them. Fine. Fast forward. We got into an argument. It's been, the energy has been heavy for the last freaking, I don't know, 3 days. It's bad. Okay, 3 days. Yesterday, they had my shoes in my size, in the color red. And they told me, hey, your shoes came in. I was like, oh, awesome. And I bought them. And I'm wearing them. Cute. They didn't have his size. His size did not come in. And ironically, his size is an 11. And I was seeing 11 all day yesterday. 11, 11, and all that stuff. So the reason why I said that is because I told him, like, I felt like sad that we were arguing, you know, and I wanted to make amends, you know. It's almost like a peace offering type of gift, you know. And then I was like, man, my dad used to do that when he used to cheat on my mom. My dad used to give us presents when he used to feel bad, when he used to feel sad. Peace offering. Or when he used to want to receive love. It kind of sucks that my gift, or my wanting to match with my boyfriend, made me, because like our fight made me feel like I need to gift you some. No, it's not that I needed, because I didn't give it to him, but I felt like, imagine if I would have gotten home with my shoes and his shoes, and I would have been like, here babe, look at what I got for you. I would have looked like I was trying to buy his affection. And that's something that my dad used to do. Ah, there it is. That's what I wanted to get clear. And I don't want to do that, man, because the same thing like with my oldest. With my oldest, I don't want to buy affection. Or I don't want to feel like I'm buying affection. Yeah. Example. Simple. It's a birthday. It's a birthday. I've lived in Houston for 2 months already. I haven't gotten a lot of visitors of family, which is okay. The reason why I moved is to get away from family. But at least my daughter. At least my daughter. But it's okay, Cassidy, because I love you so much. And I know that you have a life. Because trust me, when I was your age, I already had you. And I already had a job. And I already had work and all that stuff. So I didn't spend a lot of time with my mom. And that was my mom's thing with me. Is you don't call me. You don't spend time with me. You don't this, you don't that. I'm like, Mom, I got to work. Mom, I got school. Mom, I got a daughter. You know, and then it was, oh, you never have time for me. You never this, you never this. You only call me when you need money. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like my mom. So, I'm going to have dinner with my daughter for her birthday on Sunday. And I will take that with gratitude. Because at least I have time with her. Because my mother does not have time with me. Because my mom has done way too much. Way too much to take me out of my peace. And I cannot do that to myself anymore. And that is part of self-love. Is eliminating yourself. Or removing yourself from the toxic environment. If the toxic environment continues to like follow you. You know? And then sometimes, even when you get to the promised land, God still has things that he needs to address. So, I hope this video was somewhat inspiring. I know that I vented and I feel so much better about talking. And I think I might do 2 or 3 of these a day because I do have 4 hours of a drive. So, I'm gonna get something to eat, and I don't want to give them a recommendation because this place is, but they have the really good sweet tea, and I need something in the mouth. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays tend to be a pretty hot topic over here. So stay tuned for the rest of the mental stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you. So